Have you ever wondered who artificial intelligence is really coming for? Because it's not just the factory workers anymore. It's the ones behind the desks, the people who thought they were safe. When we talk about automation, people often imagine robots replacing humans on assembly lines. Steel arms, welding car doors, conveyor belts, repetitive motions, but that image belongs to the past. In this new AI era, automation wears a different face. It's invisible, it's code, it's a system that doesn't sleep, doesn't get tired, and doesn't ask for a raise. And that means the jobs at risk aren't just manual, they're mental. Since 2022, when ChatGPT exploded into the mainstream, something changed. For the first time in history, machines began performing tasks that used to belong to the educated class. Writers, translators, junior marketers, even entry-level coders all started to feel the tremor. Because AI doesn't need a degree, it just needs data. If you're a copywriter, AI can generate a 500-word blog in 10 seconds. If you're a graphic designer, it can create 100 logo variations in 5. If you're a customer support agent, AI can reply to 10,000 people simultaneously, politely, consistently, and with zero emotion. It's fast, efficient, and terrifyingly scalable. Let's be honest, not every job is equally vulnerable. Some roles depend entirely on predictable patterns, structured logic, and repeatable information. That's where AI shines. Here's what we're seeing across industries. 1. Administrative and clerical work, data entry, scheduling, report generation. AI can handle these with near-perfect accuracy. 2. Customer service and telesales. Why hire a call center with 200 people when a single AI model can manage the same volume? Never lose patience, and always remember the script. 3. Content creation. Writers, journalists, translators, anyone producing text-based content without deep insight or personality is at risk. 4. Junior programmers. Tools like GitHub Copilot and ChatGPT can now generate, debug, and even optimize code in seconds. 5. Marketing analysts and assistants. AI doesn't just analyze data, it understands it, generating reports and campaign ideas faster than any intern could dream of. These aren't factory jobs, they're office jobs, they're laptop jobs, the ones society told us were safe if we went to college. For decades, we were taught that knowledge is protection. Study hard, get your degree, sit behind a screen, and you'll be untouchable. But the truth? AI doesn't care about degrees, it cares about data, and knowledge that can be digitized can be replicated. That means if your job involves predictable knowledge, step-by-step logic, or text-based communication, AI can probably learn it faster than you. That's the paradox. AI isn't coming for the low-skilled jobs first. It's coming for the middle-class ones, the educated ones, the ones built on repeatable intelligence. Think about it. A plumber, an electrician, or a mechanic, they can't be replaced by ChatGPT. Their work happens in the physical world in unpredictable environments. Meanwhile, someone with a laptop typing in an air-conditioned office, that's exactly the kind of job AI can scale to infinity. It's ironic, isn't it? The people who once looked down on manual labor may soon be the ones begging for relevance. Because the future doesn't reward titles, it rewards usefulness. This shift is more than economic. It's social. The middle class was built on predictable white-collar jobs, accountants, managers, analysts, administrators. But if AI can do 70% of their work, companies won't need 10 people. They'll need 2, one to oversee the AI and another to fix what it can't. And that means millions of educated professionals will soon face an uncomfortable truth. They're no longer needed, at least not in the same way. It's not just automation, it's displacement of identity. Because for many, their job is their identity. Take that away and what's left? The world is not just changing what we do, it's changing who we think we are. Let's be clear, not every knowledge worker will lose their job, but every one of them will need to evolve. The keyword here is augmentation, not replacement. If you know how to use AI, you can become exponentially more productive. If you ignore it, you'll simply be left behind. The AI doesn't steal your job directly, it empowers someone else who knows how to use it. So maybe it's not AI replacing humans. It's humans with AI replacing humans without AI. In the industrial age, the divide was between manual and intellectual labor. Now it's between creative adaptability and predictable routine. AI can master routines, but it still struggles with context, empathy, and human nuance. That S where the next opportunity lies, in being the bridge between machine logic and human meaning, which means the new elite, one, to just know how to use AI. They'll know when not to. AI doesn't kill jobs, it kills tasks. And if your entire career is built on tasks that can be automated, then yes, AI is coming for you. But if your work requires creativity, judgment, emotional intelligence, or human trust, AI becomes your tool, not your rival. The question isn't, will AI replace us? It's, will we let it? Because in this new economy, intelligence alone isn't enough. You need adaptability. And those who adapt will not just survive, they'll lead. While millions of white-collar workers fear losing their jobs to AI, a quiet revolution is happening on the ground. The people society once ignored, the electricians, the plumbers, the mechanics, may soon become the new millionaires. It sounds provocative, almost absurd. How could a plumber earn more than a software engineer? How could a mechanic outpace a data analyst? But that's exactly what Jensen Huang, CEO of NVIDIA, the man who built the very chips powering the AI revolution, is telling us. He's not joking, he's warning us. Let's step back. For decades, the world has glorified the knowledge economy. We built a system where success meant going to college, sitting in an office, and managing information instead of materials. Blue collars were seen as lower class, white collars were the dream, but now AI has flipped the script. When information itself becomes automated, when algorithms can do the work of 1,000 analysts, what remains valuable? Physical skill, real-world problem solving, hands-on expertise that AI can't replicate, that's the new scarcity. And scarcity drives value. During the pandemic, the world shut down. But who kept things running? Not the marketers, not the managers, it was the people who could fix, build, and install. Electricians kept hospitals powered, mechanics kept delivery trucks moving, plumbers kept water systems functional. Society suddenly realized something profound. The real foundation of civilization isn't built on Zoom calls. It's built on hands and skill. Now, with AI accelerating automation across digital industries, those hands have never been worth more. Let's look at the data. In the United States, the average electrician now earns between $70,000 and $120,000 a year. A skilled independent contractor can make over $250,000, especially when running their own small business. Compare that to an entry-level college graduate with a mountain of debt, earning $45,000 in an office job that AI is slowly automating. See the difference? The trades have something the digital world lost: direct value creation. When an electrician fixes a power line, they're not creating a slide deck, they're keeping a city alive. When a mechanic restores a machine, production restarts. That's not theoretical output, that's real economy value. And in an age where software can replace knowledge, physical impact becomes priceless. Economics 101. Value follows scarcity. For the last few decades, we've produced millions of graduates in business, marketing, and computer science. But very few people want to crawl under a building, fix a circuit, or maintain an HVAC system. And yet, every single one of those systems is critical to modern life, from data centers to EV charging networks. So what happens when demand rises and supply collapses? Simple. Prices explode. That's why across the US, Canada, and Europe, skilled trades are experiencing massive labor shortages, while universities are producing oversaturated graduates. In 2024, the US Bureau of Labor Statistics projected a 10% increase in demand for electricians by 2030. AI engineers, only about 4% growth, with thousands already competing globally for the same roles. The opportunity is shifting, quietly, to the people no one's been watching. Here's where Jensen Huang's vision becomes brilliant. He's not saying we go back to manual labor. He's saying we go forward, combining hands-on skill with AI-powered intelligence. Imagine a future electrician who uses an AI-driven diagnostic tool to pinpoint electrical faults instantly. A plumber who uses AR goggles to visualize underground pipe systems before digging. A mechanic who leverages predictive analytics to service machines before they fail. These aren't old jobs, they're evolved jobs. A new hybrid class of worker, part engineer, part craftsman, part entrepreneur. That's the future Huang envisions, tech-powered blue collars. And they won't just be workers, they'll be owners. Let's talk about leverage. A white-collar employee sells time to a corporation. A tradesman can sell results directly to the market. With a bit of capital and reputation, a single electrician can grow into a contractor, then a small firm, scaling through apprentices, AI tools, and brand power. That's how the next generation of millionaires will emerge. Not from startups, but from skilled micro-businesses powered by tech. And in an AI economy, this model scales beautifully, because the same tools that automate digital work can now amplify physical trades. Scheduling software, AI-based accounting, predictive maintenance, marketing automation. A tradesman with AI becomes an enterprise of one. Huang's statement also carries a philosophical message. For centuries, education was the gatekeeper of wealth. Universities promised certainty, get a degree and you'll succeed. But in today's AI-driven economy, knowledge is free. You can learn electrical systems on YouTube, take 3D design courses online, or master AI tools with zero tuition. Meanwhile, traditional education is still teaching outdated theories, producing workers for a world that no longer exists. So the question shifts from where did you study to what can you do? And those who can do will dominate those who only know. Here's the deeper truth. We're entering a time when the market rewards problem solvers, not title holders. AI is flattening intellectual hierarchy. It's making knowledge abundant, but hands-on competence rare. Think of it this way. If a CEO's server goes down, he can't call ChatGPT to fix it. He calls the technician. If a hospital's power grid fails, they don't need a strategist, they need an electrician. In moments of crisis, skill trumps status, and that's where the money flows. Because in the end, value is not about prestige, it's about urgency. Who can solve the urgent problem that others cannot? That person gets paid, that person thrives. We're witnessing a mindset revolution. Parents once told their children, "Don't work with your hands, go to college." But in the AI age, that advice might lead straight to unemployment. The new path to freedom isn't necessarily 4 years of theory, it's 2 years of applied mastery. Learn a skill, leverage technology, own your work. That's how financial independence will look in the 2030s. And it's not just about money, it's about autonomy. While white-collar workers fight for remote jobs, skilled tradesmen will own local markets. They'll set their rates, choose their clients, and control their schedules. That's real freedom. The world is obsessed with intelligence, but it's starving for competence. AI can think faster than any human, but it can't fix what breaks, build what stands, or touch what's real. That's why the next wave of millionaires won't be sitting behind screens. They'll be out there, wiring buildings, installing solar grids, maintaining robots, creating value that no code can replace. Jensen Huang's message isn't just about trades, it's about respecting the real world again. In the age of artificial intelligence, authentic intelligence, the kind that builds, repairs, and adapts, will become the most valuable currency of all. What if the future of wealth doesn't belong to coders or consultants, but to welders with AI goggles? What if the next millionaires aren't behind keyboards, but holding tools, upgraded by technology? We're standing at the edge of a strange paradox. Technology, the very force that replaced so many, might also rescue the people we used to overlook. For decades, the blue-collar worker represented the past. Physical jobs, long hours, and limited pay. But now, something unexpected is happening. Technology is crossing the workshop floor. AI, robotics, and automation aren't replacing these workers. They're amplifying them. This is the tech-powered blue-collar revolution, and it's already underway. Let's start with a reality check. There's a labor shortage in skilled trades: electricians, HVAC technicians, machinists, mechanics. In the US alone, there are more than 600,000 unfilled trade positions right now. Why? Because for 30 years, society told young people, if you want success, you go to college. If you don't, you end up in a trade. That message created an entire generation that undervalued skilled labor. But here's the twist. The world still needs power lines, plumbing, engines, and homes. You can't outsource those jobs to a cloud server. Now combine that physical skill with digital tools, sensors, 3D scanning, AI diagnostics, and suddenly, the tradesman becomes a technician of the future. They're no longer just fixing things. They're integrating systems. They're using tech not to replace their work, but to multiply their value. In 2025, an electrician might wear augmented reality glasses that display wiring diagrams in real time. A mechanic could diagnose an engine problem instantly using an AI-powered scanner. A construction worker might control drones to inspect rooftops or map entire buildings. These aren't science fiction tools. They exist right now. What's changing is who uses them. The modern tradesperson is part engineer, part problem solver, part digital operator, and the smarter the tools become, the higher the leverage each worker holds. Because when technology enters the workshop, productivity explodes, and with productivity comes profit. Think about it. A technician who once repaired 2 air conditioners a day can now do 6, with better accuracy and fewer callbacks. Because AI handles diagnostics and logistics. That's 3x more income potential without adding more hours. This is how blue-collar becomes new-collar, a term that's starting to define this generation. NVIDIA's CEO Jensen Huang wasn't exaggerating when he said, electricians, plumbers, and mechanics could become the next generation of millionaires. He wasn't romanticizing manual labor. He was forecasting leverage economics. In the old economy, education created leverage. A degree could multiply your value. In the AI economy, technology creates leverage, and the people who use it effectively, no matter their background, rise the fastest. A contractor with AI scheduling, robotic measuring tools, and automated inventory systems can scale like a small tech company. A skilled welder who learns digital fabrication can manage projects that once required an entire crew. A solar panel installer who integrates AI forecasting can predict demand and profit margins better than any MBA. These people aren't being replaced by machines. They're running them, and they're cashing in on the efficiency gap left by everyone else. For too long, we measured intelligence by degrees, not results. We glorified people who sat in offices and dismissed those who worked with their hands. But that mindset is dying. Because the worker who builds and repairs the real world now does it with digital intelligence at their fingertips. And society is beginning to see that the person who keeps the grid running or the air clean is just as valuable, if not more so, than the person designing a marketing funnel. The truth is, AI can replicate logic, but it can't climb ladders. It can't turn a wrench. It can't fix a pipe when water's gushing through your wall at midnight. That's the difference between theoretical intelligence and applied intelligence, and the market is starting to price that difference very, very high. Here's the secret. Technology always favors those who blend manual skill with digital mastery. You don't need to become a programmer. You just need to understand how technology expands your efficiency. For example, a construction firm using AI scheduling can complete more projects with the same crew. A mechanic using predictive diagnostics can anticipate customer needs before breakdowns happen. An electrician using 3D mapping drones can quote faster, safer, and more accurately. Each of these examples shows the same truth. The human stays essential, but augmented. And that augmentation creates wealth. This isn't limited to the US. All over the world, from Europe to Southeast Asia, nations are rediscovering the importance of real work. Japan, for example, is heavily investing in smart manufacturing, blending traditional craftsmanship with robotics. Germany's apprenticeship system remains the backbone of its industrial power. And in countries like Vietnam and Indonesia, skilled technicians using smart tools are becoming small business owners at unprecedented rates. This is globalization 2.0, not about offshoring labor, but upgrading local capability through tech. The digital economy may be borderless, but the physical world still needs hands, guided by intelligent systems. So what does wealth mean in this new era? It's not about how clean your job looks or how big your office is. It's about how much value you can create and how efficiently you can scale it. A young person with technical skills, a laptop, and AI-powered tools can out-earn a degree holder sitting in corporate limbo. That's not fantasy. That's happening today. Wealth will shift toward people who do real things, install, repair, design, build, but use technology as a multiplier. They won't need permission from a system, they'll just need the right tools and the right mindset. The real revolution isn't just technological, it's psychological. We need to stop treating trades as less than. Because the next wave of prosperity will come from people who combine sweat and software, hands and hardware. AI doesn't erase the value of labor, it upgrades it. And those who embrace that truth early will build a kind of wealth that feels earned, stable, and deeply human. Imagine a world where the electrician uses AR, the farmer uses drones, the welder programs precision robots, and the mechanic diagnoses engines with neural networks. That world isn't far away. It's here, right now, and those who adapt first won't just survive the AI era, they'll own it. Technology doesn't destroy labor, it redefines it. And when the tools get smarter, the hands that hold them become priceless. The world is changing faster than ever. AI isn't coming, it's already here. So the question isn't, what will happen to my job? It's, what can I do right now to stay ahead? Because let's be honest, no one's truly safe. Every profession, every industry, every career path is being rewritten in real time. But there's good news. The same technology that threatens to replace you can also make you unstoppable, if, and only if, you know how to adapt. This is the blueprint to future-proof your career in the age of AI. The first rule of survival in an AI-driven world is simple. Don't compete where machines win. AI wins at speed, repetition, and scale. It can process data faster, generate content quicker, and make predictions more consistently than any human ever could. So if your career depends on tasks that are repeatable, predictable, or purely informational, you're standing in the danger zone. But humans still win in areas AI can't touch, at least not yet. We win at judgment, we win at empathy, we win at imagination. So the key is to shift your focus away from task execution and toward meaning creation. Don't just do things, understand why they matter, interpret, curate, connect. That's how you move from being replaceable to being irreplaceable. AI isn't your enemy, it's your exoskeleton. Think of it as a force multiplier, a tool that expands what you can do, how fast you can do it, and how much you can achieve. Every professional now faces two versions of themselves, the one who ignores AI and slowly becomes obsolete. The one who learns AI and becomes 10x more effective. Which one you choose will define your future. For example, a marketer using AI analytics can predict consumer behavior with precision. A writer using AI editing tools can produce higher quality work in half the time. A designer using AI prototyping can visualize 10 concepts before lunch. You don't have to become a coder, but you do need to become a translator, someone who understands how human goals can be expressed through machine intelligence. The best professionals of the next decade will be AI literate, not experts, but fluent. They'll treat AI like electricity, invisible, essential, and empowering. Let us talk about leverage, the difference between people who earn enough and people who build empires. AI gives you technical leverage. You can automate routine tasks and scale your work. But the next level is cognitive and emotional leverage, skills that only humans can master. Here are three that matter most. 1. Systems thinking, the ability to see how parts connect. While others get lost in details, system thinkers design frameworks. They don't just answer questions, they ask better ones. 2. Storytelling and communication. AI can give information. Only humans can give meaning. If you can explain, inspire, and lead through words, you'll always have power. 3. Emotional intelligence. In a world flooded with artificial content, authenticity becomes currency. People will crave human connection more than ever. Leaders who listen, mentors who care, and creators who feel. You can't automate empathy. You can't code charisma. And that's exactly why they'll matter most. Let's be clear, passion without skill is just noise. To thrive, you need both the technical and the human sides of your craft. The formula for the future is this: hard skill X, human skill, irreplaceable value. If you're a tradesman, learn the software that runs your tools. If you're a designer, master business strategy, not just aesthetics. If you're an investor, use AI data models, but trust your gut when the market turns emotional. Because while AI sees the pattern, humans sense the pulse. And when you combine both, logic and instinct, you operate in a league machines can reach. Here's a brutal truth. No one is coming to save your career. Not your employer, not your degree, not your industry. The safety net is gone. Now you build your own. In the past, success meant getting a job. In the future, success means creating value. That could mean launching a side business, freelancing globally, or turning your knowledge into products. AI lowers the barrier to entry for everything, from online education to e-commerce to media creation. You no longer need permission, you just need direction. So stop waiting for opportunity. Start building it. Let us talk about the mindset shift, the one that will define the winners in this era. In the old world, wealth came from knowledge accumulation. In the new world, it comes from adaptation velocity. You don't need to know everything, you need to learn faster than others forget. That's what I call the M1 mindset. Mastering one principle, use machines to multiply your humanity, not replace it. It's not about fighting AI or fearing it. It's about directing it, channeling it toward what makes you uniquely human: creativity, strategy, and moral judgment. Because when you align purpose with technology, you stop being part of the system and start designing it. Maybe the biggest change isn't a T in our careers. It's in our definition of success. The old dream was security. The new dream is freedom. Freedom of time, freedom of creation, freedom from dependency. AI gives you tools to work smarter, faster, and anywhere, but that freedom means nothing if you don't know what to do with it. So future-proofing your career isn't just about learning tech, it's about asking deeper questions. What kind of work gives me meaning? What problems do I want to solve? How can I turn that into value for others, an income for myself? That's the new blueprint. You don't chase jobs, you build portfolios of skills, assets that adapt as the world does. No system stays stable forever. What's profitable today might be irrelevant in 5 years, so the best career strategy isn't mastery, it's reinvention. Every few years, you should break your own routine, learn something new, and challenge what you know, not because the old skills are useless, but because your mindset must stay alive. Curiosity is the ultimate security, adaptability is the ultimate degree, and resilience, that quiet, stubborn willingness to start again, is the ultimate wealth. AI won't destroy humanity. It'll just expose what makes us truly human. The future doesn't belong to the smartest or the strongest. It belongs to those who can learn, unlearn, and relearn the fastest. So don't fear the age of machines. Build with it, grow with it, and lead others through it. Because in the end, the goal isn't to survive AI, it's to become the kind of human that even AI wants to learn from.